within the larger context of union membership in the state? We have UAW contracts coming up for renewal next year. I mean, if we see this mass exodus of teachers from the MEA, is that an alarm bell that goes off for other unions?
I think it would be. I mean, I don't expect to see that. I think most teachers, you know, even if they have problems with their union, would rather be members than not. And so I don't expect to see a bunch of people leaving. But I think all unions in the state, because of this new, the new reality of right to work, have more of a sell job to do, right? They have to justify to their members why they ought to be members, and I'm not sure that's such a bad thing. I mean, I think, you know...
I think it's a good thing.
That's right. They ought to have to show what benefits people get. I happen to think there are a lot of benefits that people get from union membership, and if you certainly if you go back in history to before teachers and other kinds of public sector workers in particular were unionized, it was pretty bleak, you know, in terms of their benefits, in terms of their retirements, and so the unions do play an important role, and now they've got to sell that. But yeah, you would if you had a mass exodus of teachers from the union, it would absolutely sound alarm bells in other unions about people maybe rethinking that.
I wonder if this potentially could backfire on some of the pro-business groups who are pushing for this opt-out, and that it could make people think, well, why is it so important to you that I'm not a part of a union? And maybe I need to really look at what this union is doing for me, and it really does force unions to make that case for why membership is important. Could we see that kind of backlash?
I think, let's say, the Mackinac Center has led the biggest effort to just get the word out to teachers. I wouldn't say they're trying to encourage teachers to opt out, but
the teachers might disagree with that.
Well, but there's not a lot of information coming from anywhere else to help teachers know how. It's not necessarily obvious. A lot of teachers just don't know where to go. But the MEA is definitely trying to, scare might be too strong a word, but teachers that do go to the MEA saying, hey, how do we do this? They're given this form from the MEA, 2-page form checklist that teachers don't have to sign to opt out, but they're being told that they do from the MEA.